seriously. And that's as far as we could get on that one. But Henry Berry, and it seemed like he was trying to get our attention that night. We're going to go off over and sit under an awning at the front of the bank, and I'll give you some other ideas of places you can go after the tour or while you're here in town, and finish up a little bit on the cemetery, and then I'll turn you loose for the night. What troopers you are!
We're not done yet.
You're not done.
Yeah!
We got one more stop.
Yeah!
Alrighty. Guardians and watch over it.
Yeah. Is it called Call of the Living Dead? Night. Oh, the new one? The old. Oh, wait, the new one.
I love it.
So she's seen every zombie movie ever made.
My dad has actually a new one called Call of the Living Dead. That's actually never seen before. What? Excuse me? My grandpa, he died when I was like 6. And I was born on the and my mom is, see, I whistle like this. And it's very loud, isn't it?
It's louder than mine.
Even my grandpa, he used to whistle just like me, look just like me. And then out of nowhere, my mom and her heard him whistling like a song that I think he used to sing when he was whistling. And I came home and I was like, really? And I just love my grandpa like a very nice man. So I wish I was actually there. During World War II.
Yes, they're in the dry.
No, it's with my other grandparents. Oh, my great grandparents. Oh, sorry. Look at this. Sir, you can plug in your hair.
Oh well, it'll go away.
Let me see. It's kind of like a bicycle. See? Looks like a mouse or something. Oh, I saw a grasshopper. There's a grasshopper.
Well, if, like I said, the local police have asked that we do not go into our cemetery at night, but there was, because we had some vandals in there a few weeks ago, and however, during the daytime, it, like everything else I've taken you to, is open to the public. So you have opportunities to get in some of these locations. For those of you who want to do some more ghost hunting and photoing while you're in town, I could recommend straight down this road across the railroad tracks and down to the waterfront. You're at the Belks end of the parking lot down on our old historic of our river end of the town. There's also a little city park off to the left-hand side, and that gets very dark and quiet at night, and that's where some of our first community was, as well as a lot of our Native American camps were down there on the White River itself. We have river stories about Big Joe Brown, who was murdered down on the waterfront. He used to be the cock of the walk, which was the guy in charge on the riverboats. And tradition was if you could beat him at a fight, you could get his job. And then you'd go to the highest point on the boat and crow like a rooster. If you lost the fight, then you would owe him a feather for his hat. You heard of the expression, just another feather in your cap? and it's from the river boats in that tradition. And Big Joe Brown, they said, had at least 30 feathers in his hat. He was known up and down the White River all the way to New Orleans. But one night the boat landed. The crew probably went up to Gigi's and other such places. And when the crew came back the next morning, they found Big Joe laying on the waterfront with a knife in his back. And the ghost of Big Joe has been seen now for almost 100 years, walking up and down that waterfront. And when people describe him, they say he's big and mean looking, but he's wearing the strangest hat. So we figure it's got to be Big Joe Brown. So anyway, that is a great area if you want to continue doing things on your own like you did tonight. And I thank you all for being such troopers out here in the rain. And hopefully you got some good pictures despite it all, and had a good experience here. If you enjoyed your tour tonight, word of mouth is our best advertising. So please pass the word that about our ghost and haunt tours. On the back of your tickets, you'll see that there's an email address. It's bransonghost@yahoo, and that comes directly here to us in Branson. All the other guides get to see it. All of our bosses get to see it. If you have anything you'd like us to look at or had any reflections on the tour and want to write us, just put attention Norma and the date that you were here on the tour, and then I'll be sure to get it. And then we share all these pictures with everybody else on the tour. Say if you didn't enjoy your tour tonight, then please tell your friends and neighbors and people back at the motels that you just rode the ducks when you were in town. Okay? And almost tonight we did. I'm going to be here for a little bit if any of you have any questions on photos or any stories you'd like to share with me. I'll be glad to stay. I think there's probably somebody still in the office if you need to go in and dry out and use the restroom or anything. As a tour guide, we do depend on part of our wage, as with your gifts, and so if you enjoyed your tour tonight, I thank you ahead of time. I'll have my bag laid right here. I am maybe a hillbilly girl. I'm not one of those that have 12 kids I'm trying to put through college, but I do have 8 animals. 6 of them are rescue. So if you want to help feed the kitty, you're welcome to put something in this bag right here, and I'll appreciate it greatly. If you have any stories to share or pictures you'd like me to look at, I'll be right down here on the stairs. And thank you all for a wonderful night and hanging with us on the Ghost and Haunt Tours in the Rain.
You forgot to tell Mom about the room. About the, when we're over there, you said election.
Oh, and if you go back over at the morgue across the street, I did forget to tell you that that little bunch of trees over by the side and where the gas tank is underneath, that is the location of one of the town's official hanging trees. So it was very convenient to the morgue. We could hang them and slab them right there at the same location. And we do sometimes get a lot of red and blue orbs up in that tree area. So I wanted to add that on because I forgot to tell you. But thank you all. Now, if I've wound you around enough that you have no clue where you are and how to get back to your cars, if you go right down this block to the Dick's 5 and Dime on the corner, and go across the street there, it's easiest to cross right there, and then you're 1 block from our office. Turn right and you'll be right at our door.
The black thing, I think it's just a branch.
You think it was? Oh, I had another picture. If you go back into the cemetery, besides the Civil War, we had right after that the Baldknobbers, which came about in the 1800s, and here's what they look like. They were the local gang.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it started out as a vigilante group. They were going to be an area of protection, but soon they got over 500
Can I pause?
They were hanging people.
Check us out on the web. Got all our videos and stuff up there, and we do an internet TV show and all that. So.
Can I see one?
Okay, I sure will.
I want to see one.
Thank you. And check back in with us for your next town and let me know how it came out and what else happened.
I'll go through everything
Enjoyed
tonight.
having you on the tour with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It was great. I got your umbrella over here by your purse.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thanks for letting us use it. It helped out a lot.
Bet. Oh, that's good. That was under the awning, too.
Yeah,
Got the camera still?
If you look, the water's
lose
like
it.
3 in a row.
Okay, we gotta go figure out how to get back home now.
You straight up here, you tongue bite.
I'm following you. How's that?
I don't know what little thing is either.
I'm following you.